India has witnessed unprecedented development in the last few years, be it boosting new infrastructure, connectivity to implementation of welfare ensuring last-mile delivery. The Indian government is leaving no stone unturned to make this decade India's decade. 2023 began just 100 days ago, and in this period, India has unlocked new achievements in multiple sectors. In this episode, we will look at 20 such milestones. On March 28, 2023, India's overall exports crossed an all-time high of $750 billion. Exports have risen from $500 billion in 2020-2021 to this figure in extremely challenging times. In particular, India's defense exports reached an all-time high of 15,920 crore rupees in the current financial year. GST revenue collection in the month of March stood at 1.60 lakh crore rupees, up around 13% year-on-year. This is the second highest collection ever, next only to the collection in April 2022. Gross direct tax revenue was at 19.68 lakh crore rupees for the financial year ending March 31st, 2023. Income tax collections grew 20% in 1 year, nearing the 20 lakh crore rupee mark. This is the highest ever direct tax collection in this financial year. Many records were broken by the Indian Railways. The Indian Railways has created yet another record by registering its highest ever earnings of 2.31 lakh crore rupees from passenger and freight segments in financial year 2022-23. The highest ever loading in a financial year was recorded with Indian Railways loading 1,512 million tons during 2022-23. The S&P Global India Services Purchasing Managers Index rose from 57.2 in January to 59.4 in February, its highest since February 2011. Activity in India's dominant services sector expanded at the fastest pace in 12 years in February on strong demand. India's Steel Authority produced 18.29 million tons of crude steel in the year to end March 2023, a growth of over 5% versus the previous year, setting a new record. India has recorded historic growth in its coal output at 892.21 million tons in 2022-23. The country's total coal production is 14.65% higher than last fiscal year's production. India's civil aviation sector has been significantly contributing to the growth of our economy. India's average daily domestic air passenger numbers in February increased to around 4,20,000, approximately from 4,10,000 in December 2022. Air India Limited in February 2023 made aviation history with the biggest aircraft order ever, agreeing to purchase a total of 540 aircraft from Boeing and Airbus to enable Tata Group airline to expand its horizons in India and abroad. This will generate 1 million jobs in the US alone. UPI processed 8.7 billion transactions in March 2023, highest ever since inception. UPI also recorded the highest ever transaction worth 14.05 lakh crore rupees in March 2023. Total vehicle retail sales went up 21% at 2.21 crore units versus 1.83 crore units year-on-year. In the financial year 2023, the Indian passenger vehicle market registered annual sales of 38.8 lakh units with a growth of 26.7%, the highest ever in more than a decade. The first trial run on a track-mounted vehicle on the rail bridge over the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir's Riyasi district was conducted. India made history the day the world's longest river cruise sailed India's Ganga River, the MV Ganga Vilas. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged off the luxury cruise, which has a capacity of carrying 36 passengers, in Varanasi on January 13, 2023. The longest railway platform in the world was inaugurated at Sri Siddharudha Swamiji Hubballi station, setting a new world record. The decision to introduce cheetahs in India after it went extinct nearly 70 years ago has been one of the moves of the government in a bid to aid efforts to conserve the country's threatened and largely neglected grasslands. 8 cheetahs were brought to India last year, and this year, cheetah cubs were born in India after more than 70 years. ISRO successfully conducted the reusable launch vehicle autonomous landing mission. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited registered highest ever revenue from operations of around 26,500 crore rupees, provisional and unaudited, for financial year 2022-23. 11 crore rural households in India now have access to tap water connections. Over 8 crore of these connections were provided under the Modi government. Number of LPG connections increased from 14 crore in 2014 to 32.5 crore this year. Of these, 9.6 crore connections were provided under Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises has touched the milestone figure of approving guarantees worth 1 lakh crore rupees under Credit Guarantee Scheme for Micro and Small Enterprises during financial year 2022-23. Which of these did you know already? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, this is Richa Dwivedi signing off. Dhanyavad and Namaste.